I love my country. I've traveled all over Nigeria for work, from the north to the south, with my camera capturing beautiful landscape and meeting incredible people. My name is Benson. I'm a photojournalist and my camera is my tool. Through it, I see the world, I see the pain, but also the strength of the people. I get to know them. We, Nigerians, are hard workers, you know. There is a Nigerian proverb that says, fine words do not produce food, and I think that it fits perfectly with us. But lately, I've realized that hard work alone isn't enough. Our country is struggling, and we are living on a time bomb.
Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu declares a state of emergency over food.
26.5 million Nigerians projected to be food insecure in 2024.
Experts fear Nigeria's food inflation could worsen hunger crisis.
Agriculture is our lifeblood, our main source of livelihood. But now, with continuous conflict, lack of security, kidnapping, inflation, and climate change, farmers are facing tough times. But if you know me a bit, you will know that I'm not one to focus on negativity. That's why I want to find solutions, to see if there's something possible to change this. Here, we are at one of the major markets in Lagos. I'm going to ask around to understand how this crisis is affecting people and to explore ways to support those working in various levels of food chain. So we are at the market. We're just asking for the prices of goods in the market. Things are becoming like a little bit expensive, not even a little bit, like a whole lot more expensive, more than 120% increase in the last few months, and it's quite, it's something, so let's talk about it.
The major challenge we normally get is the increase of the price. Like for instance now, I sent some money to that of a Yobe for them to buy beans for me. The last one I bought was at the rate of 102,000 naira for this size of bag. The price increased to 180. Because I cannot afford that amount based on how much I'm selling it here.
Price of goods and services continue getting higher.
Is this stressing you out personally?
Definitely.
How is this stressing you?
Because there's a decrease to the purchase power of our customers.
Yes. Before, this thing like it's 100,000. 95, but now it's 300,000, 290. So the thing is getting worse every day. The thing is increasing every day.
Yellow corn used to buy it 80,000. Now it's 105. 105. It's very, very stressful. Very, very stressful. We that are selling it, we are finding it difficult to buy. The customers are complaining. They used to buy, but the rate they are buying it is not the way they are buying it before. They're buying it less. Somebody that is buying one bag is now buying half bag.
Yes. This is 2,250.
Like that?
2,250.
And before now, how much?
Before now, 2,000.
And you say you get this one from Kano?
Zaria.
And
Zaria.
Which one they come from Zaria?
This one come from Zaria. This one come from Kano.
That one come from Zaria? Oh, wow. I will go Zaria.
Okay.
I'll go as in.
Wow.
If I go Zaria, where make I go now? Make I give person for you?
Give person for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So speaking with the people at the market was not easy. You know how Lagos is. Not everyone wanted to talk or share their struggles. It's difficult to reveal our insecurities. They couldn't point out exactly the reason behind the crisis, and neither a solution for that. But this motivates me even more. I want to discover if there is a way to achieve food security and pinpoint those who can help us achieve it. I promised to visit Zaria and Kano, to find out what farmers are dealing with that impacts the prices for buyers and in turn consumers. To really understand what's going on, I need to start at the source. In my online search, I found out that Kano is one of the key areas in Nigeria for growing sorghum and maize, staple crops that have been a traditional food source for rural farmers in northern Nigeria for generations. That's where I'll go to get a closer look at what's happening on the ground. Currently, there is food crisis in the country. I've spoken to some market people and they say that maybe we should go and ask the farmers and maybe they can tell us what the issue is.
We cannot farm. The farm we used to farm, first is this bandit, seriously. We can't go there because of insecurities.
Yeah.
So that is the main
problem.
Then most of us, you see, we don't have enough income that we will be farming. That's the second reason.
The greatest challenges we have is lack of market for our produce.
Okay.
Because when we produce, there were no available buyers to buy from us. We lack of enough capitals to expand our farming activity or to carry out our farming activities. Then we have what you call insecurity problems. And then another challenge is because we are operating as individuals. And we know that operating individual does not give you synergy of effect. It is now good to come into group.
They are Marian Ahmad Mohammed and Bature Abdullahi. They are both involved in a sorghum partnership that has completely changed things for them and their entire community. So what is the situation now?
The situation now has changed.
Yeah.
You understand? Because through series of trainings, mobilizations, information sharings, we have changed that scenario. Now, we're already in a group now.
Yes.
We have formed different kind of cooperative society from different clusters. We have different clusters with different cooperative societies operating as a group. So we have that synergy.
This partnership was set up with the backing of 2Scale, a program that drives inclusive agribusiness projects. Thanks to the connection with two aggregators, they managed to increase the production of nutritious sorghum. Hi, Jafo.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Before the farmers, they are working individually, which makes it more difficult for them to access input or access to credit, as well as access technical capacity building. Before, they were aggregating less than 15,000 metric tons annually, which is below their annual demand to their aggregators. But with this partnership, they've been able to achieve 35 to 40,000 metric tons per annum.
Before, I used to farm just, let me say, small farm, but now meeting aggregators, I farm 20, 30 bags.
Okay, of sorghum?
Yes.
White sorghum?
Yes.
These women now produce sorghum products, and they've been able to reach over 50,000 BOP consumers with nutritious sorghum products. They've been strengthened to support these aggregators in their warehouses to clean grains, thereby making daily income.
The aggregators used to give farmers input loan, and then you guys will pay back as grains. So have you received any of that drone as a woman?
Yes, I've received it. Like, let me give example with Nelmarco. They will give us input after farming, then we'll give them the grains. Okay. That's how we used to do.
Do you give them all the grains? Or
no, not all. It depends on how they give us the fertilizer. So we are even begging them, it's not enough that they should add
more.
Yes, so that we can farm more, because it's only little of us that used to get it. So they should increase it so that we will be able to give more people, so that more people will be farming.
What we can do is the big question. What is the right path or a right path to move forward?
For any societal change, it starts from the ground up. And this community is a typical example of where societal change can start. Yeah, for me, one of the ways to achieve food security in the country is the adoption of the agribusiness cluster, and by providing cheaper inputs to these farmers and also introducing both on-farm off-farm innovation, and another way we could do that also is introduction of weather forecast information so that the farmers can know the exact time, for instance, to apply fertilizer or to plant so as to avoid drought and disaster on their farms.
So do you think this involving more farmers would help reduce this food crisis that we currently have in the country?
It will do that because the more you scale up your productions, the more you have more food in the society.
Meeting the sorghum community was wonderful, and I captured many amazing photos. Seeing them benefit from their land is beautiful, but one question remains in my mind. Is empowering farmers enough to achieve food security? Bye-bye. What I have learned is that to achieve food security, many people need to be involved. It's like a big puzzle, and yes, farmers are a part of it. But they are just the beginning. They need to be motivated, engaged, and supported. However, the key is like putting together a puzzle, and I need to find the other pieces. And farmers, they do work with entrepreneurs. They play another important role. I have a name, Yemisi Ironloye. That's my next meeting.
So I am here at Poultry Foods, and we're going to speak to Mrs. Yemisi Ironloye, aka the Cassava Queen. We want to know the role entrepreneurs are playing in this food crisis fight. Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, ma. Good afternoon. So how is everything?
Fine, thank you.
When I was checking for Sultry, I saw that it was located way into like down Oyo State. So I was thinking like a big company like this will be located outside, you know, like in a big city, in a big town. Tell us why did you choose this place?
You know, the farmers naturally live in the hinterland, they live in the villages. And so we wanted to change the narrative of having farmers coming 300 kilometers to bring their produce to the city. And because we are using cassava as a raw material, cassava is a perishable product. So the factory has to come close to the farmers so that it reduces the burden the farmers go through in having to bring their raw material to the factories. We use cassava as our major raw material to produce starch, high-quality cassava flour, sorbitol, and glucose. The model is an inclusive business model where farmers are in the center stage of the whole concept. And we started with 17 farmers, 3 female and 14 male. Today we are above 10,000 farmers that have been trained, that have been empowered, that have been assisted, that have been elevated from less than $1 a day to at least above $5 a day. Some of them are already in $10, but at least everyone have left the $1 a day minimum. So what we do here basically is we assist them, we train them with agronomic practices, we provide them with herbicides, we provide them with fertilizer, tractorization, so that they are able to use economic of scale to produce their cassava for us, and they can be able to make profit.
What are the challenges you faced coming here? Because this place is really remote.
We had to bring road, we had to bring power, we had to bring water, we have to bring every amenities, every infrastructure. And we also have to give the villages. We have to also give the farmers, because we can't be the only one having power. Basically, it's not been easy because we had to back the farmers. Back them, you know what I mean? Yes. Mean that we have to fund them. We have to, even when we take them to the bank, we have to provide them with guarantee because they don't have anything as collateral to give the bank to be able to get money to cultivate cassava for us. That's what we've chosen to do. So Two-Scale gave us a 3-year grant, and the grant was, they helped us to employ a top-notch agronomist and a rural extension agent who helped us to organize these farmers, structured the farmers, and help us to have the kind of foundation that we have that we are bidding on today.
What makes you proud of this company?
I'm sure you can see.
Yes.
What drove me there is passion.
Yes.
Is the passion to impact life. Everybody is seeing that we need to change our thinking about agriculture. We've been able to show that it can be done if you want to do it. Yes, it's difficult, but can it be done? Yes, it can be done. And then the number of lives that is impacted, community that is impacted. We have 340 staff. All of them, 85% are young people below 35 years old. That's providing job opportunity for young people. And then we also have students that are coming for training. That's providing know-how for students to learn. And just a source of inspiration to young people as well.
So can you tell me like the role entrepreneurs like you play in solving the food crisis in the country presently?
Yeah, now we're looking at doing about 5,000 hectares. Out of the 5,000 hectares, about 40% is supposed to go for food. That's the contract we have with farmers. 60% comes to us, 40% they use for gari or fufu. So for as long as we continue to engage farmers, at least we are also contributing food in some way to the society. And don't forget what we produce is basically food. It's what is used in making the beverages we all drink, the noodles we all eat, the toothpaste that we all use to wash our mouths, or the bread and biscuit that we eat, the gluten-free product that we eat. So it's food that we're actually producing. And then we also give the farmers the opportunity to use 40% of what they produce for us for their own local food consumption or to sell as gari or fufu in some way. So we are in the center stage of helping to reduce this food crisis.
So one more question, how that name came about, the cassava queen?
Honestly, I don't know. I just woke up one day and I saw friends sending me posts about cassava. I said, who? And I saw myself and I'm like, how? Well, the name stuck.
Speaking with Yemisi, I realized something that I have never realized before, the role of multinational corporations. Yemisi's company attracts customers like Nestle, Unilever, and Nigerian breweries, among others. And this is one of the reasons for her success. In my mind, and I know that it's an overly simplistic thought, big corporations are bad for our planet because of their impact on the environment. But I can see now that in this puzzle, they have a role. And without their role, this sustainable circuit doesn't work. One of the people I spoke with on the ground the other day told me something about that.
So, when you look at the chain from farm to factory and beyond that, you find out that there are several actors that play critical roles in driving food security in any value chain and in a particular food system and in the country. Aside from the business champion, we have the smallholder farmers, we have the financial institutions, we have the transporters, we have aggregators. Their job is to buy from the smallholder farmers. We also have business support service providers. So the list is limitless because it depends on the type of value chain you are dealing with.
What role multinational play in this?
They play a critical role because when you look at their share of the market in any particular value chain, it's large, it's huge. Their role is critical in driving an efficient value chain or an efficient food sector in the country. These companies are able to invest in large scale to make low-cost and nutritious food available in the food system.
How do you define all the actors that work towards ensuring food security?
Collectively, when I look at them, I see actors who are driving inclusive agribusiness relationships. I see them as soldiers of change because they go far beyond their business model to ensure that they give back to the communities.
And here I am, outside the Nestle headquarters in Lagos, where I will speak with someone from the communications office in Nestle to get their point of view on the matter. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. I'm here to see Victoria Wadoka.
Sure, come.
All right.
Our purpose really is to unlock the power of food, to enhance quality of life for everyone today and for the generations to come. And to do that, we look at the ingredients that go into the production, and that's maybe where you'll see our engagement with farmers, suppliers, and aggregators and all of that. So from the farm to the table, what are we doing? Ensuring adequate nutrition for all life stages, produced sustainably and distributed sustainably as well. Food security is ensuring that we're able to feed ourselves today and we're able to feed ourselves tomorrow. That is food security at the end of the day. There is nothing else about food security. You talked about going to the market today and food is expensive. That is not food secure. That's not food secure because people are not going to be able to afford it. The farmers may not have enough income to plant the next season. And what are you doing? You're breaking down your food security value chain. You're breaking down your systems. You're not going to be able to feed your people. I was having a conversation with a friend and I said, oh, okay, the farmers are not able to go into the farms to produce. Which production? The food that we're importing. So Nigeria is importing food. How? When we have arable farmlands and all of that, and we have certain challenges, including security or insecurity, if you want to look at it like that, that is making it difficult for us to cultivate. So everything is tied together. Food security, security of the human life, access to the farmlands, access to the right seeds, and to get to the bottom of the value chain where the food reaches the table. And so we need to increase awareness. Like if we have 2 schools of agriculture in Nigeria at least, what are we doing? How are we really, exposing the young people to the opportunities that exist in agriculture? America was built through agriculture. The Netherlands is built through agriculture. Agriculture sustains a number of economies across the world where they have the opportunity.
I added people to this puzzle, but it is still incomplete. The path to food security is so long and is so complicated, but this is a path that is interesting to follow. Yes, I'm on a plane. That was a bit unexpected, but talking with people, I realized that this partnership between different actors, public and private, are a really good solution. I want to understand if this is a doable, replicable approach in other countries, even when there's a different context, different language, different background. So I am visiting the neighbors.
Hello, Mambi.
Hello, Benson. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine too. To wish you welcome to Bamako.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you got.
Yeah.
By translate.
By translate.
Here, I met a couple of people. The one you just saw me speaking with is Mambi, an expert in nutritious food for the people at the base of the pyramid. And the partnership he's mentioning is Translate.
This partnership consists to improve the accessibility and availability milk to Mali and to facilitate accessibility for BOP market consumers.
And then there's Aminata, a marketing advisor that helped me understand why this job is really important.
Bon, actuellement, avec les crises qui se sont suivies, sinon avant, le pouvoir d'achat des Maliens n'est pas tellement propice pour pouvoir se procurer tous les jours du lait local. Mon rôle, c'est d'accompagner quotidiennement les transformatrices et les vendeuses de lait à avoir le marché et donc on les aide aussi dans la transformation quotidienne. Les normes sécuritaires au Mali disent que chaque personne doit consommer 62,5 litres par an. Mais les consommateurs à faible revenu n'ont pas tellement le pouvoir d'achat pour pouvoir se procurer tous les jours des produits laitiers surtout. Que l'on a mis un système en place, c'est-à-dire faire des produits pour les consommateurs à faible revenu. On a conditionné des petits packaging, c'est-à-dire les sachets de 100 francs, 50 francs pour les consommateurs à faible revenu. Donc maintenant, aujourd'hui, alhamdoulilah, beaucoup de personnes quand même consomment le lait local. Et ça commence à rentrer dans les habitudes alimentaires des gens.
L'impact, il est grand. L'impact, il est grand parce que ce partenariat a permis non seulement de produire du lait de qualité et de cette production de lait de qualité, ça permettrait d'assurer de la nourriture pour la population de qualité. Parce qu'on sait que le lait est crucial pour la santé. Et ça a des vitamines, ça permet de renforcer les os, ça a plusieurs vertus. Nous avons pu rendre le lait très accessible. Avec 100 francs, 50 francs, 150, vous pouvez accéder à du lait de qualité qui est nutritif. Donc ça permet de lutter contre l'insécurité alimentaire.
Avant, la translait n'était pas connue à Bamako. Il y avait peu de personnes qui connaissaient la translait et nos points de vente. Mais avec l'avènement du partenariat, donc on a fait beaucoup de campagnes de sensibilisation et vraiment aujourd'hui la visibilité de la translait est vraiment améliorée.
Aujourd'hui, il y a beaucoup de femmes qui, grâce au partenariat, ont eu un emploi et des emplois de l'auto-emploi. Par exemple, si je prends le cas de ces kiosques chez Mme Menta, c'est son business à elle. Elle est indépendante. Et c'est grâce à ces partenariats qu'elle a pu avoir cela.
Aujourd'hui, l'inclusivité au sein de notre société est vraiment importante. Avant, la production, c'était uniquement limité au niveau des hommes. Mais aujourd'hui, il y a des femmes productrices de lait qui sont à plus de 200 litres de collecte au niveau de leur parc aujourd'hui. Sinon, avant, dans les coutumes, la femme ne faisait pas la production. La femme se limitait seulement à la vente. Avant, les femmes, quand tu faisais rien dans les familles, on ne te respecte même pas. Mais aujourd'hui, on ne te respecte pas quand tu n'as pas quand tu n'as pas de revenus. Mais aujourd'hui, vraiment, les transformatrices, elles arrivent vraiment à s'imposer, même dans la prise de décision au sein de leur famille. Et elles ont été tellement formées qu'aujourd'hui, elles sont capables même d'aller chercher des financements elles-mêmes auprès des institutions financières, sans même l'accompagnement des coachs. Donc aujourd'hui, je suis vraiment fière de ce que les femmes font.
Mali is just another country, but this idea of putting people together at different levels to push farmers to understand their financial potential, to direct businesses to take a step forward, and to have a group of experts is something that can be done everywhere. This is why I'm going to call a person in Benin. Benin wasn't classified as a country facing a food crisis this year, but many people there are still dealing with high levels of acute food insecurity. This is a good example of why food security needs to be addressed simultaneously in multiple parts of the world if we want to achieve real change in the society. Good afternoon, Nina.
Good afternoon, Benson.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. She is Nina, and she works in a partnership called Promo Fruits, which was initially established with the help of 2Scale, but now operates independently, thanks to the capacity built on the ground. As a coach, she demonstrates another role that is fundamental in empowering farmers.
En tant que coach à Promo Fruits, d'abord nous avons des formations que nous faisons en salle. C'est des formations théoriques sur des thématiques données. Et après ces formations, nous allons maintenant mettre en pratique sur le terrain. Et au niveau des producteurs, nous avons des champs, écoles d'abord. On coordonne, il y a les formations que nous donnons, il y a aussi le fait-faire. C'est-à-dire, ça ne suffit pas de donner la formation, mais nous amenons les producteurs à mettre en pratique tout ce que nous donnons comme package techniquement. Donc, et après ça, tout ce qui concerne la matière première, tout ce qui concerne l'application en intrants, des intrants, tout ce qui concerne ce que le producteur doit faire de façon technique sur le champ et ce qu'il doit recevoir comme connaissance de façon technique pour améliorer sa production, afin de quitter ce qu'il faisait comme pratique paysanne et venir maintenant recevoir ce qui est comme de façon technique pour améliorer aussi sa production et ses conditions de vie. Voilà.
What is the impact of this partnership on the ground and who is benefiting from this?
Et l'impact de ce partenariat, je pense que c'est au niveau de tout, ça s'est ressenti au niveau de toute la chaîne. C'est-à-dire tous les acteurs, tous les maillons de la chaîne là ont été impactés positivement. Quand je prends l'exemple des producteurs par exemple, la qualité, parce qu'il ne suffit pas d'apporter la matière première à Promo Fruits. Il faut la matière première de qualité et en quantité suffisante.
I saw a lot of differences on the ground, but mainly I saw things in common. I heard people talking about food, and I got emotional about what they said. It doesn't matter their role or their way of delivering their message. Food is something that makes us all united.
Food is one of the essential services or basic needs that we as a human being cannot do without.
Pour moi, la nourriture, l'alimentation, c'est la vie parce que sans nourriture, il n'y a pas de vie. C'est ce qui permet d'alimenter nos cellules et qu'on puisse faire ce que nous faisons qui fait que nous restons en vie. Sans nourriture, pas de vie.
There is one thing to fill the belly with what is available. There is one thing to eat food. Food nourishes, food builds, food sustains. It has to be nutritious. That means it has to feed your cells.
L'aliment veut dire pour moi c'est une source de vie. Quand on n'est pas alimenté, on ne peut pas vivre. Sans l'aliment, on ne peut pas vivre.
All the people on the ground seem to have reached the same conclusion. The entire chain has to work together. Without creating partnership, there is no future. And these partnerships need to find their solid base in a sustainable business model. Businesses could drive our agriculture. Change, doesn't happen overnight. It's a long process. Many people are involved in this process, but they don't have to stay involved forever. There are mediators and NGOs that can support, but what I learned is that they are just the initial push. If we want to win this fight for food security, this should be our fight. The fight for the people, not the organizations. The more I look at this board I created, the more I understand what Maxwell said. He called his business champions food soldiers. And there's something poetic about that. This puzzle I put together is complex and unfinished, but it's indeed full of food soldiers. Each of them can be defined this way, and there are so many more out there. They are all fighting for something big, something communal, something good. I don't know if a solution for food security exists, but I know that if it does, it lies with the people and in collaboration between them. We are the change. Whether we will win, I don't know yet, but I have great hope in the people. So let's keep fighting.